5 after 12. AZ time. Respect the underground.
To the city, let's get it. Pull up.
Turn the mic up a little bit for my man Smokie Dollar.
My man, what it is? What up?
It's been a minute.
All right, let's chill out on that. Smokie Dollar, thank you so much for coming to sit down with me today.
You my favorite, man. You the best.
All right, I appreciate you saying it. You've been so supportive, man, and I can't express how important that is. Just for everybody out there, we met at a show probably a couple years ago now. Man. And Smokie put on a great show. He had a great big chain, and he stuck in my mind. And we've seen each other a few times since then. And we've been meaning, honestly, this is real. We've been meaning to sit down and have some type of chat. I was just going to have a come, let's chop it up and smoke and talk hip hop chat. And here we are. We get to talk smoke, hip hop, and everything in a proper place to create this content and support this music. How you doing today, Smokie?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Things are going.
We're working on this new project, Smoke Rises.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do we have a drop date for that?
I do. 1/1/2021. So we're gonna drop it.
That's
on
good
you
numbers.
When they drop the ball.
2021. Okay, yeah, January. My birthday's the 7th. Capricorn season.
My man, happy birthday, brother. We gonna do it big for you.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. I appreciate that. Now, before we get the interview started, some know, some don't. I'll get a little music going. Behind me, there's a cooler. Everything in it is sealed, hadn't been opened, and it's pretty cold. There's ice cold beer. There's a water. There's a soda. I forget. I got something extra in there today, and there's a White Claw and there's a Four Loko.
Wow.
I went crazy for you today.
Went crazy.
Which one would you prefer? You can have any one you want. Don't feel any pressure. And, it's just which one would you like?
I'll do the beer.
The beer. Okay. Bud Light?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll let you crack it. Yo, cold beer. Yo calls those blueberries.
Right.
Yeah, they're very affectionate. They're very much like the blueberries over where he's at.
I fucked with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't drink beer a lot, but you didn't say yak, so you know what I'm saying?
Well, I haven't because the show actually starts in the AM and we barely get into the afternoon. I haven't incorporated the hard liquor into the bag yet.
I feel you.
But it may be coming.
I feel
I didn't want the
wanna,
Four Loko might as well be
right. Hey, when you said Four Loko, I'm like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, you reaching. So that's love. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And to be honest, I haven't found a good liquor store up the street from the studio yet. I'm working on it.
Okay. I feel that.
Let's get that going a little bit. But okay, so now that we got the beverages cracked, I've got my water over here.
I feel like drink champs.
I've got some, yeah, and there's other options, and you can always get the water, the soda, after the beer's done if you like. Just to start off with, Republican rappers. What's up with Republican rappers?
I don't know.
Do you have an answer for that? When I was an artist, and even more when I was a DJ, when I was just a fan, all my whole life. There's never been Republican rappers, but nowadays there seems to be. It's like weird thing like East Coast Bloods or
on the real, it's
or
weird.
Republican rappers. It's weird. Is it weird to you?
It's a weird
to
dynamic. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird dichotomy, and especially in this climate. I mean,
exactly. It seems we have more reason than ever to. I'm not political, but. It seems more than ever we're being pushed to one side or the other.
I mean,
but yet, more black folk are talking about Trump than any Republican president I've ever seen. But black folk didn't talk about Reagan. Black folk didn't talk about Bush. But I think
it's because at the same time we have never been as successful as we have been
and
now.
A place to be where you could be.
Real.
Okay, that's a great simplified, easy explanation. I appreciate that because it's positive as well.
Right, you know what I mean?
I like the positive flip. We don't have to waste a lot of time with that. Smokie, some of this will be long form, some of these will be quick questions. These are some of the quick questions. Beer or liquor in general when you're drinking, beer or liquor?
Liquor always.
Brown, white?
Brown.
Me too.
Cognac.
Me too. I feel you on that. Sativa, indica, hybrid, or I don't give a fuck. Which I believe it since I've started asking this question. I've had more I don't give a fucks. But I'm a man who
I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah, me as well.
It depends. So with me, it depends. Like
time of day.
Nighttime. You know what I'm saying? When I'm winding down, definitely indica. If I'm, with a little shooby-doo, whatever, you know what I'm saying, we're going to do a sativa because I don't want to be...
Don't want to fall out.
I want to be active, you feel me?
And I'm telling you, that sativa, if you don't overindulge, the sativa is good for you. Manly Situations?
I swear to God, I just said
do you
that.
Do you think
when
that? I thought I was tripping. I thought I was tripping when I first started happening. But sativa is good for manly situations if you don't overdo it. It's all right. It's all right. It's a weird thing. I don't know. Everybody good over there? You checking in?
Oh yeah. We good.
Who played you hip hop first? What family? Was it a family member? Was it a friend? What's your first memory of hearing hip hop? Your brother, older brother.
My older brother playing Rakim and BDP.
That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying? I was a little boy. And
you were in Chicago at this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And
that was a day and age when New York ruled hip hop.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Period.
And everybody loved New York hip hop. And even if you go listen to the regional music back then, a lot of the artists across the country were trying to make New York sounding hip hop before they blossomed into their own.
Right.
Well, that's great. I always talk about how it's awesome to have an older brother, uncle. Some of these kids today, their mother and father turned them on to hip hop first. I've said it before. I was raised to very old white people that didn't turn me on to hip hop, and plus hip hop was new.
Right.
Actually, a friend of mine's older sister turned us on to Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash.
My dad, he had a store, and so at the store, he would leave sometime. My brother was older, so every time he would leave, he'd crank that shit up. You know what I'm saying? We'd be banging in the store. My old man come in like, turn that shit off.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that was my first little, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Little taste of hip hop.
I got you. What about your first recording experience? What kind of studio was that? What kind of situation was that?
It was actually in a fucking closet. You know what I'm saying? Like it was my man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Misak.
Okay, what up, Misak?
We was he had this little this brownstone. You know what I'm saying, on the low end and shit, and it was a big brownstone, and he made one of the rooms a studio room, but the recording room was in a closet. And I remember when I first went over there, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But pardon my language.
No, that's okay. But, that's a common. No, you can cuss, fuck, cunt, bitch, slut, whore. You can say whatever you want.
That's what's up. My man Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a little closet. But hey, man, I made my first mixtape. It was called A Passion, and people still talk about that, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was like 10 years ago. People still talk about that.
I'd love to hear it sometime. Is it available on that Piff or somewhere?
It is available on that Piff.
So 10 years ago, you started early enough to where, we've talked about this before, you started early enough to where mixtapes, that Piff, that whole platform was a big deal when you dropped that mixtape.
When I dropped that, I dropped in during the mixtape Wayne era. You know what I'm saying? The
Wayne
Gangsta Grill.
Wayne took what G Unit and Diplomats and DJ Drama, and he took it to another level with his amount of content. We talk about having a lot of content. Wayne put out a supreme amount of content.
Man, salute to Wayne. You know what I'm saying? People don't give that man his props. All these people
during that period, the amount of music he put out and the quality might have been unmatched. Because a lot of people, Rakim, Jay-Z, have been great, but their content can't really match what he put out during that period.
A lot of content, and to the fact where he just dropped the Dedication again. You know what I'm saying? And it charted.
Yeah,
that shit charted
as well as should. There's a lot of. As people have gotten away from mixtapes and now streaming doesn't necessarily allow a lot of that content because it used copyrighted material, with beats and such, movies, whatever. And so a lot of that material is kind of lost to that era. And you have to really go search it there to get at it. But a lot of great material.
Man. It was a great era. I remember, the things that I was doing with the material for the mixtape, it was just like, okay, I can do it. Because I used to be in a rap group prior to that, when I first was getting started. Mm-hmm. But after that, I just had a sense of, because I went solo, it ended badly, and mixtapes was a way for me to get my voice heard and not be in them confines of being in, I'm in a group, so I gotta wait till this nigga, what I'm saying, want to record or whatever. That was the first time that I could be able to be like, man, I can make music the way I want. And I had money, so it was just about me going to record, what I mean? So once I was able to do that, it just opened my mind up to the point where now I can knock out a song, You know what I'm saying? In a day or two, you know, if I'm really concentrating on it, if I really like the beat, because that's how I was getting dialed in, you know, on the music back when I was doing mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Because it has to be so much more content. Like the mixtapes had like 20, 21 songs on it and shit. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So
It was really, that was really the, I think Lil Wayne maybe doesn't get recognized enough for starting the period in hip hop where it has to be constant. It's not, you know, it's not enough for me to tell you about what's coming next year.
Right.
I have to be dropping something every other month, at least every quarter. It seemed like.
Right, because before that, you know, albums was like 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? They would.
And while everybody, I think he by doing that, he got to the punch quicker on other artists while they, you know, and gained fans while everybody was waiting for other people.
Because he was keep coming out with material, and you doing these, you know, 15, 17, 20 song, you know, mixtapes every 3-4 months. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I know you've noticed, if you've worked like that, I believe it really sharpens your craft.
Oh yeah, because you're able to draw. You know, when you like summoning spirits when you writing. I do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to take yourself to another place, and if you, it's like working out. You know what I'm saying? The repetition makes
getting
you
out of your own way, getting out of your own mind.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, something that, like you said, is unmatched. You know, that's unmatched. People don't do that anymore.
What now everything you mentioned, you came up through mixtapes, and then it went to, you know, MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, or luckily for you, you missed some of the earlier ways. But what do you think is the best streaming service now that we're all settled in streaming, or does it matter at all? I know some are better for the artists, and what do you think is the best streaming service?
I would say Spotify, and that's only because it's become such a brand. Such a strong brand. And you know, even though people say, you know, like, I've done a little research on it recently with my marketing director, and you know, Tidal is giving more for the streams. However, it's not as much traffic.
Right.
As
so you don't
Spotify.
get the numbers. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have, you know what I'm saying, 10 times what I can have with the streams with Tidal, you know what I'm saying, than to just have more money with those smaller streams. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes more sense monetarily wise to go with Spotify, because everybody does, you know, that's the first thing people think when they think of streaming. Yeah,
they do. It has gone to that. And I guess they've overcome Apple a bit, because people don't think about iTunes Music as much as Spotify.
And you get it for free with your phones. You know what I'm saying? All these people that got iPhones, you know what I'm saying, you like, they relatively place it in your lap, and it's still, Spotify is still like, I'd rather go to Spotify. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I see you've done a couple collabs with some people. I went while I was investigating your music. I see you did a song with Whit Tucker and Ricardo Holiday.
I did.
How did that come about? I like Whit Tucker and Ricardo.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
I
don't really know Ricardo, but I know Whit. And so I did a radio interview, Lyricist Lounge, and so shout out to them people over there. But I did that, and then I did the freestyle at the end, and so Whit contacted me right after that, like, man, this shit was cold. He reached out, you know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, I was looking up, and the people that are like from here and names here, they was doing like, you know, 400, 500. I did 4.4K views, you know what I'm saying, on that freestyle.
Okay.
And so Whit hollered at me like, dude, I'm a fan, yada yada yada, I like the work. So, he was like, man, here's this song. He sent me the song. I got back at him that week, like, man, I love it. Here's my verse. So I actually came here to record it. You know what I'm saying? He's a RTU artist.
Yeah, right here at HKS Studios, the wonderful HKS Studios in the beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, right off the wonderful Glendale Ave.
Shout out to Felix. Shout out to Justice.
Yeah.
So I did that or whatever, and I came here and recorded the song, and then he called me to do the video. And the video is where the magic happened. You know what I'm saying? So he let me do the video. He had the people record, so we did it. I picked the destination and all of that, and it just came out good, man. And so
The video's great, by the way.
I thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. It showed like how close we had gotten. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just really quick. You know, that's my guy, man. Like I would, you know what I'm saying? At this point, I would do anything for Wick. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real.
That's love. So obviously you co-signed the jumper with no shirt.
Man,
I'm just fucking around.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? He's with, you know what I'm saying? And
it's
that's
just
why
me fucking with you. Right, take it easy, bro.
That's why I fuck with him.
Yeah, he does his own thing. He's his own man. He don't give a fuck.
You know
that's what I like. That's what I like. I wanted to highlight that.
Everybody had their,
he took it back to 94.
He did.
He took it back to 94. Because I'm an old man. I remember when that was a thing. I remember when that was a thing.
Right. All he had to do was have an airbrush. You know feel me?
Right. Little Bart Simpson with a gold chain and shit on that motherfucker. Hey, I remember. I'm an old man. Who inspired you to take hip hop seriously? Like everybody.
Jay-Z.
By the time you came around, everybody was into rap. Even people in my neighborhood are trying to rap. Everybody wants to be a rapper. It's like now everybody wants to be a YouTuber. In their day, especially your day, everybody was aware and wanted to be a rapper. Jay-Z inspired you to take it seriously.
Jay-Z, because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I watched, you know, Jay. I was younger, you know what I'm saying? And just watching him, I remember when I first heard him, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, you know, I was in the life, and somebody else that was in the life, you know, gave me the CD like, hey, he's speaking for people in the life. You feel me? So when I put it in, I was like, I had never heard anybody speak from the life.
People had referenced it. I think, and you know, some people criticized him at the time because they thought that narrative had already been ran before. You know, because when Jay-Z came out, Biggie, Nas, people had already been out. But here's the thing. I think he did it in such a way that it overcame that criticism.
Because
like you're saying, it was an inside view.
And they were just doing, you know, Nas and Big. And no disrespect to them, because those are my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? In the Trinity,
great writers, but maybe weren't actually involved in the life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they were telling it from looking out the window. And Big, you know, he was in the life, but lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Right. This was told from a narrative of. From the inside.
Big was honest that he may have been selling on the block, but Jay was obviously more of a taking the big package in the trunk somewhere to another state and all that. Like
all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so then seeing the visuals behind it let me know, like, yeah, he is authentic. You know what I'm saying? The Dead Presidents too, and dude, that still give me chills to this day. I mean, like,
the little movie where they were coming out of the coming out of the hotel and all that,
and then when he did The Streets Is Watching,
The Streets Is Watching is that video. They had a movie that went along with that project.
Oh my God! And just to see that, you know what I'm saying, him to take, you know,
and to be that real with it, because it's you know, and they almost had to be doing it themselves, because it would have been hard to be that real in the system. They started out independent and on the, you know, independent
to be that
system.
Candid, you know,
very candid.
You know what I'm saying? And so he gave both sides, like not just the flashy side. He gave, my man just got splashed. Right. You know what I'm saying?
The trauma, the stress that comes with that life.
Right. You know what
which
I'm saying?
Is a good representation and a learning guide.
For real. Yeah, so that's what made me take, because I'm like, okay, I'm in a life, so I can, you know, transfer this into rhyme. You know, you have to be intelligent in order to put it through the machine of your brain and then spit it out where it's pretty. You have to take ugly things and make them beautiful. You know, it takes a talent to do that. So I'm like, I can do this, and so, you know, I did.
Yeah, and you have been doing it, no doubt about it. So it sounds like you were inspired by Rakim, you were inspired by Jay-Z, a lot of East Coast representation, but you're from Chicago. You grew up in Chicago.
I am.
And at that time you came along, Chicago had already had MCs make it to the professionals. Did you draw any inspiration from Common or Do or Die or and if there's someone that the nation's not aware of that maybe locally inspired you, I'd love for you to talk about them as well.
So Common, yes. I remember I went to down to Northern Illinois College for like some party. I was still in high school and shit, and trying to party with the college dudes, and Common was doing a show there, and I'm like, damn, you know, he was a little weird, but I liked it because of he was from Chicago and he had bars, you know what I'm saying? So that was like
a rapper's rapper. He actually He actually entered the new music seminar and placed in the top 3. I think that's kind of how he got his deal to begin with. So he was a rapper's rapper, and a backpacker. He came out in the era where backpack rap was not a joke; it was a real thing. For real. Like Nas, Common came out in that era. So you know,
and so I took from that. You know, that sparked in me. Like, okay, I gotta have bars. That's why I got bars. You know what I'm saying? Because like Common and things like that.
The
like
earlier influences.
Right. So. And then, you know, of course, Twista. You know, I really like the street tales.
Probably the first Chicago artist we were aware of, just because of his speed rap and making the Guinness Book of World Records and all that.
And then when he transferred it and made street, he chose to do the street music. You know what I'm saying? First he came in as a novelty.
Well, I think the industry sold him a certain way, and I'm sure, like most artists, he resented that.
Right, was like, fuck that. I'm about to tell what I say the way that I do it. And so, you know, that, and then, you know, Bump J.
Okay. I've heard the name. He I think Kanye did a remix or work with him. And so I've heard the name back when I was out getting crazy music on the internet, hip hop wherever I could get it. Right. I do have a few of his songs.
He created a whole movement, Goon Squad, where these dudes really at a party walked in 100 deep with Goon Squad and robbed a nigga and took his motherfucking Hummer and drove off. And this nigga was a rapper, like a for real, and then was on like a mixtape the next week. Like, that shit was crazy to me. And because he was speaking about street shit like Jay, you know, and I knew his people, so I knew he wasn't lying. You know what I mean? Like, he was really in the streets. Like, he really had over 100 people ready to do anything for him. And I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a team.
Straight up.
That's a squad, whatever you want to call it.
You know, he went to sit down for like 5-6 years, came home, and he's still making great music now. You know what I'm saying?
What part of Chicago are you from?
I'm from the South Side, Wild Hunnets.
Okay. Unfortunately, I've heard those names before, and God bless you. I'm glad you're still here with us,
man.
And like much like when I was talking about with Yog, much like gang culture in the West Coast, I'm a civilian. The most I've done is sold a little marijuana. I was never involved in gang. All I know about gangs is mainly West Coast and, you know, the whole Crips, Bloods, Colors, Boys in the Hood aspect. Yeah, I mean, and I was very honest with him. So we didn't even really, you know, there hadn't been any great movies really about the Disciples or the Chicago gangs.
Swear to God.
So we're not as aware. And maybe it's because they should not be fucked with. Leave them alone.
I mean, and that's the reason that there's never been cops. You know, you never seen cops in Chicago.
You mean the TV show?
The TV show.
Oh, they don't fuck with Chicago.
You never seen.
They were outmanned.
First 48 in Chicago.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So because we don't play that shit. I mean, I was.
There's nobody going to. There's nobody at the table in the first 48 in Chicago, right?
At all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Understood. I'm learning. I'm a civilian. I'm learning. It's good.
I mean, I was a conservative vice lord. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely in the life, and you know, I got some tales that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put through the music. So
is it unavoidable? Was it an unavoidable situation from you, or did you make a choice?
At the time, it was kind of unavoidable, but I made a choice. Like I didn't have.
So a bit of both.
Yeah, I didn't have to do the things that I did, but I wanted to, and I was good at it.
The life was attractive, and you fit the role.
Yeah, I was good at it.
That sounded like pretty much the same thing with Yog. You know, like he God bless his mother. He was very clear that he wanted to gangbang from early on, you know. So
I wanted to do, like, my father and my mother were both in my life. You know, my father was an entrepreneur.
You seem like you come from a good background, and I mean that to say you seem like a man that gets up, works every day, is a man of means. He's you able to independently buy your own lifestyle. You're not looking for any type of handout. So that's what I mean by you can tell you come from a good background.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I think that's why we connect. I mean, you know, I come from a mother and father that worked very hard.
Right.
And people that come from hardworking people see eye to eye on some things where other people maybe don't.
Salute.
What makes Chicago special? Maybe not just hip hop, just in general. What makes people have an idea what makes New York special? Out here in Phoenix, it's most of the year it's the weather and the sunsets. What makes Chicago special? Other than Michael Jordan.
I think the people. You know what I'm saying? Like we just have a certain thing about us, a certain spirit and an energy about us. Like it's such a because we so oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Like especially black people in Chicago and on the South Side especially. We've always been Chicago is like, and that's why I love it because it's no holds barred. Like it's the most segregated place I've ever been. Down to where we have Germantown.
Wow, that says a lot.
Yeah, Germantown. And
so when you say, they have Germantown in Philadelphia, and it's mostly Germans. It's
right.
not, so Germantown in Chicago is like if you don't get in if you're not.
Oh no.
Yeah,
period.
Okay.
And we got down to the Ukrainians. They got them dissected. Like you can't go over here at night. Period. You know what I'm saying? We would beat the brakes off you if you come over here.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy. That's a bit different. I don't think I'm used to, my whole segregation thing. I'm from South. I'm from Virginia, so it's all, white and black, and we didn't even pay attention to Asians or Jewish people
saying,
or
right?
there was only Puerto Ricans when I grew up. We didn't have Mexicans hadn't immigrated to Virginia yet. It happened. But
right.
We didn't even have it sounds bad, but when I grew up, white folks ran the convenience stores.
Period.
All of them.
Wow, not the Arabs.
No, and then and when I can remember going to D.C. When I was in the early '90s, when I was still like college age. And I realized it. Not that I'm a racist, but I just pick up on things. I said, "That's odd." All the people running the convenience stores up here
right.
are Middle Eastern descent.
Going on?
I blinked twice, and I blinked twice, and 2 years went by, and everybody in Richmond it was the same way in the
Come
city.
again.
In the city, yeah.
Come again.
Enough respect to them. They
Right.
found a void, and they
Shout out
filled
to
it.
Apu. You feel me? Y'all keep us right with the blunts. I fucks with you.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's right. And for certain people, you might even get a little store credit. You don't know.
I remember sneaking into the Polish neighborhood to fuck with this chick. Like, I'm talking about parking.
That sounds risky to me.
Hey,
now, coming
man.
from the South, I know you're younger and things should be better, but the whole neighborhood
She
thing
was
sounds
bad though.
Yeah.
She was bad.
It was
bad.
worth it. It was worth the risk.
I swear to God.
Okay. What do you think? How long have you been in Phoenix?
This will be my 5th year. Mm-hmm. This will be my 5th year.
5th year. What do you think makes Arizona special?
My guys at the crib, they always be like, man, how I feel being in
a Chicago native in the desert.
Right, they be like, you in the witness protection, bro. I'm like, nah. Honestly, it's like
it might feel that way. I don't know.
But honestly, it's like living in a postcard, man. I love it here. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's hot as fuck though. I'm still not used to it.
In the summer, it's hot as fuck.
Oh my God.
We've gotten so used to it, we didn't even notice that it was hotter this summer. Like to me, 112, 115, 117, it's all like
in September though.
Over 110, it's all the same. Now I'm wishing it would settle down. We had a couple weeks where it got nice. I'm looking forward to it. But I got up this morning, the sun was shining. I rolled some medicine that I don't have to worry about going to jail for. The weather was beautiful. I went to the playground and played with my child in a wonderful neighborhood where I'm not concerned at all about anything.
I swear to God, man.
Because my neighbors are so white, they will call the law if somebody drops some trash in the street. Right. So I don't have to worry about much crime.
HOA.
Yeah, definitely HOA. How intense was gang life in Chicago for you? Now you said you chose it, and when you said I'm a commissioner or something, I didn't really catch that. I'm a civilian. I'm outside of the life. Right. You don't have to clarify or say anything that you shouldn't say.
No, I'm good.
All I'm saying is
statute of limitations is good.
As a person that's outside of the life, I envision, it seems like. Maybe going to school in high school is where it starts. Like you had to pick a side kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, is that what it's like?
Absolutely.
And is it that intense?
Absolutely.
Like, is it day to day? Like, it's not something you just do on the weekends.
Right.
It's day to day.
I don't know. I don't really know how it is. Like right now.
Understood.
But
Understood.
Years ago, dude. I got beat with bats. I was in a coma. It was bad. I've been, beat up and ganged up on and right. fought some head up fights. For real. Like,
but you get caught out there and it's more of them than you, and it's just shit happens, right? You always got to be on your squat, on your point.
You got to be on your square. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's real. Like catching a bus. They would, the GDs would turn the bus off. You know, I don't know how they was fucking.
They turned the bus off.
Engineer geniuses, yes, from the back. You know, I don't know how, but they turned the bus.
So the guy driving, all of a sudden the bus just stops, and he don't know what's going on.
While he's stopping to pick people up, the bus just fucking turns off. They get on and start whooping motherfuckers and robbing motherfuckers.
Okay, all right.
And that's just how.
As a civilian, I guess this would. If I'm on the bus and I'm just eagerly giving up whatever I got, can I avoid the ass whooping, or does it? Is it got the ass whooping? Got to come with the robbery?
Probably.
More just to get your mind.
Yeah,
just to get your mind straight.
If we whooping everybody, we not finna stop and be like, no, this is a
video.
We
whooping
everybody.
Yeah, whooping everybody. Okay,
we whooping everybody.
All right. That sounds pretty intense. That's to answer my question. Have you ever had coming from that frame of mind? I doubt it. But have you ever had rap beef? And you definitely sound like you know what real beef is. Yeah. So you know what we're talking about, rap beef.
Nope. No. And they would ask me that on my last interview, and I just couldn't. I was thinking, nah. And maybe because motherfuckers is quiet, but I don't know that that they get. I'm not saying that everybody loves me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Clearly they don't.
Sure.
But nobody has approached me like I don't fuck with you or we got beef or.
Well, that's rare with haters. Yeah, that's rare with haters. I thought maybe another rapper. Every now and then you see a couple rappers get into it or want to squabble, a little fair competition.
Yeah, like my man when they threw the water bottle at Trilly.
Yeah.
That shit was epic.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was epic.
The video was classic. It was worth it for the good video.
Unreal. I was there though, and that shit cleared out in like 10 seconds. 10 seconds after that video went off, the place was empty. That shit was crazy.
Is that because they were worried about something real happening?
I don't know.
Because to me, throwing a water bottle seems like high school fun to me. Like that doesn't work. That doesn't seem intense.
Right, my man, and he didn't take it as shout out to Trilly though. You know what I'm saying? Because when he threw the bottle at him, my man tucked his chain and started squabbing. That's some real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I understand how you feel about me. This is what comes next.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's
he tucked
go do
his chain
it.
and started squabbing. You know what I'm saying? And so, shout out to Trilly, man. You know what I'm saying? He handled that shit like a grown man.
That's what's up. What do you consider authentic Chicago music? Now, I know house music. Chicago's big for house music, right?
Yes.
And does that make it harder? One might say that we haven't had as much Chicago music as you would expect, considering you had artists get on early and considering it's known to be a huge culture city. And you've said everybody's got their own part of town, so but is it hard for hip hop artists to escape Chicago with the house music situation?
Yes, and it's because of how fucking cliquish Chicago is and the different sides. Like the South Side don't really fuck with the West Side and shit like that. That nobody has ever. With the exception of like, Twister and even Bump, you know what I'm saying? And Bump was because it was independent and he had real money to put behind himself, but
he did himself, right?
Right. As far as somebody, like Kanye, you have to leave. Most people leaves. Yeah, you have the saying in Chicago is you have to leave to blow up. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of the mentality.
Sure.
In Chicago.
That's the way it has been in Richmond, with D'Angelo or of course the bigger stars, Chris Brown but most people have to leave Virginia, and to be honest, that's the only real way I've seen people get legitimate love from Virginia.
I fuck with
Pusha. To leave and get the love somewhere else and come back. Yeah. No, we all fuck with Pusha.
You know what I'm saying?
But Pharrell had trouble at first, but we got to have people that go
under Teddy Riley, right?
Right, and we've got to have people that break that ground, and I think it's good. I was just wondering, it just occurred to me that you might expect more from Chicago, but the house music is such a dominating factor.
And I love the house. I mean, shout out to G Herbo, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Bibby,
the young guys.
The young guys. I mean,
let's not forget, 2000. It's terrible that I don't remember his name, but I'm not on top of mainstream. I focus on Arizona hip hop music. But the young gentleman that really started it back for Chicago, before Herbo and all them.
Chief Keef.
That's who I'm thinking of.
He all their daddy. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him.
Right. He started that movement.
He started the drill movement. Shout out to the drill movement.
Right.
Man.
Shout out to the drill movement. As a 50-year-old white guy, it's just not for me.
I'm
at a point in my life where I can't, and mind you, you could say, oh, well, when y'all listened to NWA, that was violent. But it was violent against the police. It was violent against this unknown enemy that we all had.
To be violent.
This is just. It seems like we agreeing we all could die, and I just can't. I don't feel good listening to that.
That's what I'm saying. And people ask
But
me, like,
it's not for me.
Right,
I
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
okay. It's not
It's
for
okay.
me. It's not for
and that's
me.
what I mean.
And
you
I
know?
don't disrespect it. I think it's fine for them.
Right. That's just
hip hop
not-
is big enough where everybody can have their
period.
piece
And that's
of the pie.
just not my demographic. It's
Totally
not my,
agree.
It's not my market. You know what I'm saying? It's not my target market. And it's nothing wrong with the music. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's younger people music. You know what I'm saying? It's kid music.
Agree.
Somebody got to make that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. And it's not fair. To me, it's a great subgenre of hip hop, and you know that's what it is. Does pizza everywhere else in the world make you mad?
Yes. For two reasons.
Go ahead.
For two reasons. One, my father had a pizza place, and I grew up making pizza, so I'm kind of like a snob. And then
Authentic Chicago,
Yes.
like a real pie.
Yes.
Like when I think of I've never had it yet.
Oh
but,
my God.
but when I have authentic Chicago pizza, when they describe it to me, it seems like when they say a pizza pie, this is like really like a sweet pie
Yeah.
of pizza
Go
where
with-
everything in the middle is loose and whatever
Right.
going on. Okay, where
Shout
should I
out-
go? Tell me where should I go? Let's shout 'em out.
Rosati's.
They have an authentic Chicago
they
pizza.
They're from
Rosati's.
Chicago. They're
Okay,
from Chicago. I
okay.
mean, and now they have a in Peoria. They have the Giordano's, and then they have a Geno's here. But Geno's sucks.
Right.
But,
Okay.
But
Rosati's.
Giordano's,
I'll remember. I'll write that down.
yeah, for real. But Rosati's, if you just want a thin crust Chicago pizza, get that. There you
Okay,
go.
Good to know.
There you go.
Are the people of Chicago somehow responsible for R. Kelly?
Yes.
You know, even I did it just seems like now I don't want to blame just them because there's a large population of people that will ride with R. Kelly no matter what. But I feel like that's a strong feeling in Chicago.
It is. I mean, I still play his music. They be like, the
He will not be canceled by a certain
wrap.
group of people, right?
It and you know the census in Chicago is this.
Help us understand, because to a lot of people, especially in the day and times of, we got to protect black women, and there's all these things that Black Lives Matter. There's all these ideas and concepts that sometimes come into conflict. And I think this is one of those times where these ideas come in conflict
It's a clash.
with supporting R. Kelly.
Right.
And we all admit his music is great. And I see people support R. Kelly the way some people support Trump.
Right.
Like they'll say, you can say what you want, but
he make good
in a versus,
Right.
he'll beat Michael Jackson.
Period.
Like motherfuckers say, and hey, there's an argument to be made.
Hey,
I'm not
there
saying who would
is.
win, but there's an argument to be
There
made.
is.
And it's
There
close
is.
enough to where you can make the argument, which I feel is incredible considering who you're talking about. And he does have a huge catalog, and I fell deeply in love to 12 Play in 1995.
Look, this man is a genius. Nobody can take that away from him. And because of the way that he came up like so many of us with nothing. And for him to do what he has done in Chicago, but outside of, the diddling.
Sure.
It's spectacular. He's always held Chicago up. He's always, giving back. He's always reached out for
And that
niggas,
means a
you know what I'm
lot.
saying? That means a lot to us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, he's from the South Side.
Started from nothing and now we're here. Just the classic
Period.
phrase, right?
Right. And because and then to go into the his thing, and not to condone any of that, but he is not snatching people and kidnapping them and raping them. You know what I'm saying?
A lot, especially lately, these are women that are of age and are making a choice. And I think a lot of us, no matter how weird it gets, if you want to shit in a bucket, that's on you.
Dude.
And if you don't want to shit on the bucket, that's on you too.
Why your mama send you to the studio?
Right. And I think he basically took advantage of his position, like a lot of great music producers, label heads.
Don't talk about it, right?
And we don't talk about everybody else, because with the movies, his has been highlighted, but we don't talk about all the music producers that have done bad things. We don't talk about all the label heads that have done bad things. We just focus on certain artists, and we're not even fair with that, because we don't focus on all artists that have had these kind of problems. And I will be fair enough to say that when you're famous, and women are making themselves available to you at an incredible rate wherever you go. That's got to change your mindset and cloud your vision
and
a bit.
make you right. And it could, wasn't born a monster, but you know what I'm saying, when you're just constantly being told you're a genius, constantly being given everything at your whim, you know what I'm saying, that
no one around you tells you no ever for anything.
You, right?
I think it changes you.
It changes you. You know what I'm saying? It changes your soul.
All right, well, I think it's about time. On that note, we'll get away from that. We'll listen to a couple of Smokie Dollar songs.
My man.
And we'll take a little break after these musics, and we'll come right back with more from Chicago's own Living in AZ. Right now, Smokie Dollar. Let's get it. Let's go.
Two smoking barrels entertaining. For ready music, how? Let's get this money, nigga. Go crazy. Go crazy. I got the whole city riding and the streets on fire. We going crazy. Go crazy. And if they told you I ain't popping, then that nigga's a liar. We going crazy. Independent dollar bill. Keep your money, fuck a deal. Stamp it with the logo so these motherfuckers know it's real. Always got the pistol on me. Every shirt a polo pony. Married to the game, that's forever holy matrimony. Never ride a waiver trend. Iceberg with the pen. Wrote my way up out the hood and right into the silver band. Love me every single city. Mardi Gras, they flashing titties. Popping for this pimpin'. Red diamonds in Miami with it. Undisputed heavyweight. Only moving heavyweight. Pick a meeting place and pay my travel. I'll accommodate. Smokie dollar sign. With me, she at least a dime. I don't need to read it on the blimp to know the world is mine. No tents on the whip. I need you to see this cash. I don't carry bags, so the bags make my pants sag. 2 chains on my neck. Ice rink on my wrist. Niggas trying to take a shot. Pray to God you never miss. You don't want this type of smoke. I'm trying to keep it real with you. Turn it to a crime scene. Bring the yellow tape with you. Triple beans and money counters. Trapping out of public housing. Death around the corner, but I'm focused on the profit margin. Go crazy. Go crazy. I got the whole city riding and the streets on fire. We going crazy. Go crazy. And if they told you I ain't poppin', then that nigga's a liar. We going crazy. Maybe this my magnum opus, or just a perfect moment. Mixtape, Lil Wayne, nigga, show me my opponent. What's my income, motherfucker? That's irrelevant. If you ain't got my bread, I'ma send you where your granny went. When I walk in the party crack, smoking section in the back. If I fall off, I guarantee you, little bitch, I'm bouncing back. Grinding since the age of 12. Check my record, been to jail. Also been to college, graduated. I was out on bail. Crazy as a psycho ward. Pop up on my oppas board. Toss a Molotov, and when they running out, spray the door. Fuck you mean? Blinded by the pinky ring. The crown is invisible, but bitch, you staring at a king. Mazel tov, the rebirth of Papa Doc. Mossberg nailed him to the wall like a Basquiat. I call a new whip werewolf twilight. That's some bitch shape shift in the moonlight. Dollar sign ladies, every color like a kaleidoscope. Chasing paper down like a panther on an antelope. Roll out, feeling like Barack when I pop out. And all my old hoes eat your motherfucking heart out. Go crazy, go crazy. I got the whole city riding and the streets on fire. We going crazy, go crazy. And if they told you I ain't poppin', then that nigga's a liar. We going crazy.
I like this one.
Smokie Dollar, turn your goofy down right here on Respect the Underground Worldwide Radio, Icon Radio, home of quality independent music. The Mission.
When I come around, bitches going down. Turn my savage up, nigga, turn your goofy down. I'm $1 million nigga, pussy do the math. I just came to fuck with bitches and secure the bag. Now you can get your goofy ass dragged. Find your body in the alley by the trash bags. The memoirs of a madman. I get the blick and turn your hat into a headband. 60 seconds in and out, boy, the clock is ticking. 30 shot banana clips for you monkey niggas. Little bitch, play games with your mam and them. I put it right under your chin like a violin. Smack your ass with the burner till your tooth loose. Open your dome like a coupe with a moon roof. If you scared, leave the lights on. Full metal jacket made me spin like a cyclone. He's still there, but his face gone. Fresh as hell with his number 3 mics on. One time for the vice lords dead and gone. Salute you niggas and the product still moving on. You pussies never pull a trigger when the war is on. You Kevin Hart, a little nigga on a ride along. When I come around, bitches going down. Turn my savage up, nigga, turn your goofy down. When I come around, bitches going down. Turn my savage up, nigga, turn your goofy down. Watch out for the ricochet. Them copper tops will chase him down like a runaway. Match your energy, my nigga, I'll accommodate. Open fire till they scream and put the gun away. Coke flipping Dominique dolls, no discount. They threw me 5 extra points for the dismount. I bought a mini SK with a blue beam. Automatic shift gears like a 10-speed. Your baby mama about to risk it all. She went directly for the head like a Tylenol. Lil' mama super thick, I call her China doll. Fold her up and send her back before the crack of dawn. 94 Chris Wallace ready to die. Hit 'em up like Pac on the passenger side. On my 50-cent shit with my life on the line. Mob deep like P when the temperatures rise. All red, Eddie Murphy and delirious. Now my circle's so small, it's a period. I got a bullet that's engraved with your first name. The cold corner term is certified insane. When I come around, bitches going down.
That's right, Archon. Radio, home of quality independent music. Respect the underground worldwide radio. This is The Mission with Swerve 360. All right, we're sitting in with Smokie Dollar today. I'm so honored to have you as a guest. I really have been waiting. Yeah. You know, we connected early and on a few levels, so I've been waiting to sit down with you, and it's only right that it happened here at Respect the Underground Icon Radio. On my show, man. The Mission, we're here. Our mission is to give artists a safe sanctuary to sit down and explain and truly give the people their vision and explain their mission. So that's why we're here today with Chicago's own Smokie Dollar. Been in Phoenix 5 years, working on a project called Smoke Rises, which will drop January 1st, 2021.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And hopefully after political season goes away, this COVID will dry up and we'll be doing shows again and all that good stuff.
You could be dropping bombs on my shit like you used to.
There's one thing I want to talk about. Now, you and I knew like I said, we had a connection from the start. And without me telling you or without you telling me, we both discovered True Med Dispensary. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
now,
sir.
tell me about one. How did you, who turned you on to True Med? How did you first hear or find out about True Med Dispensary?
A lady that I knew that really encouraged me to get my card. You know, once I got my card and shit.
How long did you live here without your card? That's a good question.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
I made it about 3 or 4 months. Driving around, seeing all those billboards advertising dispensaries drove me insane. Smoke. Go ahead, but continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, so you know, she had plugged me in on that, and so when I went to True Med, I was like, yo, I mean, they really had, you know, when you go to the dispensary, for people that don't know. You know what I'm saying? They have the shit behind glass, and you know what I'm saying, you can smell it and you know, shit like that. And they just really had the best setup that I had been to, you know, prior. And so once I got the goods back home, I'm like, okay, this is pretty nice. So and you know, they have good deals, and you know, they don't, you know that they're not trash because they don't have like stupid deals. You know what I'm saying? You getting quality shit. But you know what I'm saying?
I happen to believe that it's the best flower sold in the dispensary.
For real,
in
for
Phoenix.
real. I really fuck with the flower.
I actually had a bud tender at another dispensary tell me, hey, if you want to get yourself a treat, you know, head over to True Med.
My man.
And so that was I respect that guy to this day because he gave me some real honest shit that went against company policy.
Candor, sir.
I respect your candor, sir. Do you just enjoy the flower? What other products do you enjoy over there? Do you do a vape or do you do edibles?
I fuck with the Pax Pods.
You like these?
I do.
Pax Pod, only at TrueMed. This is their oil in a pod made by Pax. So if you like a Pax product and you like really good cannabis, this drip pod is a great thing. Now I'm new to this. I'm just trying these this weekend. I've tried other vapes. I've tried their regular cartridges, but I'm trying the pod. Do you like the pod better than a regular cartridge?
I do, and so I like the pod so much that I went back and I'm like, and I bumped into a lady there, and she was like, she was doing the custom packs.
Okay.
So she was like, what's your name? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Smokie Dollar. Blah. She was like, I know you.
Word?
I'm like, word? She's like, yeah, I know you. She's like, we're not supposed to do like, customized. She just had basically a template of what she could do.
Right.
She's like, I'm going to do yours. She's like, I'm going to do you sunglasses and I'm going to do your name. I'm like,
is this engraving on this on the Pax?
Yes.
I call them sticks, but the battery basically.
Right. I should have brought it, but I didn't.
It's okay. So she went way out of line, and I saw yours. It looks fly because you posted it on the gram or something.
Yeah.
It's basically like your logo or something.
Yeah, it's my logo. So she basically
incredible.
went way out of her way to do that, like because she just fucked with the music like that. So
that's so
that was
incredible.
my first taste. Like, okay,
you can't that kind of experience you can't beat because that's a very personal thing. She went over the top, but you never forget that. And to me, along with the great flower and products, that's what you get. I don't have my camera up, but when you go to TrueMed, it's 24th Ave in Phoenix. It's a great experience. They're great people, and they'll look out for you. And so, me and Smokie are gonna enjoy some of their great products after the show today.
We are. We are.
Do you do edibles at all?
You know what? I don't.
Some people stay away from them. I was just wondering what your dosage
because I can't measure. You know what I'm saying? Like if I hit a blunt and that shit is harsh, I can put it out. You know what I'm saying? And I really do the pods when I'm playing a game. That's perfect for when you playing the game because you can just hit it. You ain't gotta light it. You know what I'm saying?
The ease of a vape is so incredible. You just once it's in,
if you're at work, you can just draw off and hit it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, not saying anybody does this.
But
if you're with the kids, you can duck around the corner real quick. If you're playing at home and not driving and all that good stuff. You know. But yeah, it's very quick and easy, and everybody knows, full disclosure, here at Icon Radio, Respect Underground, and especially at the Mission Show, we rock heavy with TrueMed. I called my other dispensary like Sunshine in Harlem Nights, like remember the white guy met Sunshine? He was getting tricked, but he called home crying. He said, Margaret, kiss the kids, tell them I'm sell all my stuff, I'm never coming back. That's how I called my old dispensary. Now that I am aligned and dealing with TrueMed, it's great to be with a good team, and it's great to be with people that support great medicine in a state that supports you being able to enjoy your medicine. I advise everybody to get your card.
That's the best thing about living in Arizona.
It's just worth it. Take all that off your mind. And hey, if you don't have a card, the penalties here are harsh. And that's understandable because they give you the opportunity to get a card. If you need some advice how to get your card, it's just DM me online. It's not that big a deal. I'll give you all the advice you need. It's not that hard. All right, getting into low life. I know you're a huge Polo fan. We see that on Instagram. Jays and Polo. You're from Chicago. Yes. We understand the Jays. I wore my B-Red 13s for you today.
My man.
Have you ever worn Chaps or Beverly Hill Polo Club?
No, sir. That is blasphemous.
Will you enter the store? Will you enter the Beverly Hills Polo Club store?
No,
Will you
sir.
even enter the store?
I didn't even. You know what? Look, I didn't even know that they had a store, fam. Look,
till I got out here, that was new to me.
I saw this chick walking with bags.
Oh, bags. She gonna hook up all the guys. Maybe she had kids. I don't know.
She had the bag full of USPA. That's what we call it.
Ooh, USPA. Chaps could have had Polo, stupid.
Right.
You ever heard that one?
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's the same company, fool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Chaps is Ralph.
Oh, they was like.
But it ain't Polo.
It's not Ralph Lauren. It may be. It's something. It's got to be Ralph.
Right.
Like Ralph has had touched it or something. Right.
Period.
Does Ralph owe black people something? Or hip hop? Does Ralph owe something back, or is just making quality garments for fucking 50 years good enough?
And you know what? He don't owe us shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't owe us nothing but to keep coming.
That's a healthy perspective.
Right. Especially with the bears. I'm a bear collector. You know what I'm saying? I have over 60 Bear shirts.
He's feeding y'all. He knows what you like, and
he
he's
knows
feeding
what we
you.
right, and
you like it,
that.
and it's a good combination,
right? And because of the company has been in business for so long, that's
always
why
been
I
in
don't,
style.
That's why I don't draw off into Balenciagas and all this and that. I'm gonna rock polo when I'm a millionaire. Period.
Right.
That's how deep I've been with this. My vision is better because of polo. I had I needed glasses in 7th grade. I'll never forget. I needed glasses in 7th grade. I didn't want to wear glasses. My mother bought me some polo glasses.
It got
I
you
wore
over,
them shit
right?
so much that I didn't even need to wear glasses no more.
Our glasses you fixed your eyes.
Swear to God.
Polo fixed your eyes.
Swear to God.
That's some Jesus level
On
shit
the
right there.
It did.
Ralph Lauren fixed your eyes, dog. You heard it here first on the mission.
Straight up.
Ralph Lauren
That's
fixed
a
your
true
eyes.
story.
Is glasses a bigger thing in the Midwest? I know glasses are huge in Detroit with the frames and all that.
Yeah,
Are
with the
glasses in
Cartiers.
general a bigger deal in the
Yes,
Midwest
it
than
is.
everywhere else? Because it
is.
seems that way.
I brought that here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you brought that here.
I did.
You and Rude Jude. Rude
Yeah.
Jude schooled me about the Detroit situation with
Yes.
the frames and
Yes.
and I wear glasses and I have to, but my whole life it seems like glasses were never a big deal on the East Coast since Gazelles.
Right.
Gazelles went out and white girls wear those Ray-Bans, the shiny ones.
Right.
And everybody else wore the Ray-Bans like I'm wearing right here, or you had the white guys wore the sporty joints. What are
Right.
they? But anyway, glasses seem like a much bigger deal in the Midwest.
Look, let me tell you something. Look, in like the 2000s, my guy Craig got a job at the fucking. Shout out to Craig Elliott, man.
Shout out to Craig. What's
you know
up,
what I'm saying?
Craig?
He got a job at an optometry place or whatever. And so what he did was he would just put different frames. He would have frames. I'm talking about this motherfucker had a drawer of frames, and he would
Okay.
just put like
He could just slide his lenses in different frames
the
every day.
rose, right? The rose glass, dude. I was up there just buying them. You know what I'm saying? I had like just the clear frames. You know what I'm saying? The rose frames, like the Cartier type of glass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We was killing that in the 2000s, man. Shout
That's
out to
great.
Craig.
Well, thank you for bringing it here. I feel like I have to, next time I go around, I have to get some different glasses. I have to do some little bit more research and take some time on the next pair of glasses I buy as I soak up all this game from across the country. As I've told other people from the Midwest and West don't move east that much. It seems like everybody moves west. So I have actually met more different Americans and kinds of Americans living in Phoenix than I have my whole life on the East Coast. Everybody on the East Coast moves from New York to Florida, up and down one way or the other. But people from the Midwest seem to move out here. So I've met a lot of
North
great
Carolina.
Midwest people. Yeah, yeah.
Florida.
I went to school. Yeah, that's all they do. They just shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't want to change too much, I know lately, I say within the last year, pretty much pre-COVID, you signed to a manager. Is that correct?
I did, but that didn't work out.
Okay.
So,
Well, we can. Hold on a second. No, it's all good. You signed to a manager, it didn't work out, so you're working without a manager right now.
Right.
Okay.
I am working with a marketing director, and
Okay.
that's really more of what I needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm really hands on with my career, and I had and it's because I had a manager back in Chicago, and it ended badly, and so I was just kind of jaded on that. I feel like people need a manager once you've made it.
Agree. Once you have work coming in,
Right, that's what
they
I'm
can
saying.
only make money off of work.
That's what I'm saying.
And they have a hard time, And hey, everybody needs to make money to do a job.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you don't have enough work coming in, they can't. That percentage isn't going to make them work hard enough.
Percentage
and then
of nothing is nothing.
Right. It's a bad.
And that's
until
why a
you
lot
got,
of situations
yeah.
end badly because people have skewed expectations of what's going to happen.
Or then they want to charge you to be their manager, which everybody has always told everybody their whole life in every show and after school special, you do not need to pay a manager.
Period.
They make money off the money they bring in. And that's their job.
That's their job.
And if you can't bring money in or if you can't orchestrate some events to make money, then maybe managing, in your place right now.
So get a deal first and then.
Yeah, maybe you're still working on it. You are also known as the Creep Life President.
I am.
Why are, creeps, that term, and certainly when you go to some of the websites, it doesn't seem like it's a proper thing to do. Explain to us why are creeps okay? Why are creeps okay?
Because, I make light of it because I'm really into women. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
and women love me. You know what I'm saying? They
I was
just
too
love me.
before I was married.
They love me.
Yeah.
So
it makes it easy.
And it's
Much like gang life, you discovered it and you're good at it.
and I'm good at it.
So ball game, let's play.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, they know that my approach is not like creepy, like I'm gonna grab you or nothing. They just know that I like.
It's playful.
Right, it's
playful.
flirtatious. It's flirtatious.
It's a positive thing.
You get it.
Yeah,
you know what
I get it because I think I'm in the club, or at least I was before I was. You know, I tell everybody I'm here in Arizona to work with hip hop for hip hop. I'm with the only woman I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. I'm married. I'm happily married, and so I'm not here for your side piece. I'm not here to fuck on your manager or steal your girl away from you. I'm not here to get your. I'm not here to take your props or whatever you go get out there in the single world. I am married. And outside of that,
and I live vicariously through guys like you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
take your time. I didn't get married till I was 45.
Right. I let y'all. You know what I'm saying? I let y'all do y'all thing, and then y'all can watch me do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
We can live vicariously through each other.
Exactly. Like straight up.
Are women creeps too?
Yes,
I know they don't admit it, and they would never. They would never declare creep life president or whatever. But they very much are creepy.
I own my shit.
We find this out when the talk of the gray sweats and different things comes up. We find that women are creepy as well. It's a human behavior thing, right?
And I've spent some time in some beauty salons and listened to them talk, and they're worse than us, fam. Mm-hmm. They're worse than we are. If you
get some insight into the inner workings and inner world of a woman's, like if you've had sisters, or if you've somehow been letting into the inner talk of women, you find out they're just very much as creepy as us or the person you know.
Straight up.
What's the creepiest thing you've done? The creepiest thing that you'll admit to on worldwide radio? Let
me see.
With all your friends and family from Chicago listening back home. Live on www.respecttheunderground.com. I'm going to zoom in on you for this one. I'm going to zoom in. The zoom's on.
Let's see.
And your definition, your feel of creep, whatever, you let me know. Whatever you consider to be the worst thing. Don't let us judge.
Okay, so I met this chick, and she was dating a basketball player. I'm not going to say his name. But,
okay. Somebody people would know?
Yes.
A professional. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So she creeped on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I may or may not have.
Man, I feel like this is the start of a Biggie song. What are you telling us right now?
I mean,
isn't this how I got a story to tell started? Go ahead, drop it.
It's nothing like that.
Okay,
though.
No robbery involved.
Right,
okay.
No robbery involved. But
you're seeing a woman. She's coming on to you, and she is dating a pro basketball player that we would know if we heard his name.
Right.
Was this in Chicago or Arizona?
Yes.
In Chicago.
Right.
Okay.
Every time he was out of town, I absolutely was at his condo.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Eating snacks. I bet he had some good snacks.
Yes, he had everything. He had the fucking the refrigerator that you could see through. You know what I'm saying?
He had somebody to clean it for real. Because you got to keep that shit clean if you gonna have glass on your refrigerator. Okay, go ahead.
I definitely was banging her in every room.
That's pretty creepy. But to me that's on a you need. I mean, I hate to point you towards your creative material, but you could do I Got a Story to Tell Part 2. It sounds like
straight up.
Like us rappers do, you add a little jazz to it and you got you a song right there. You know what I mean?
But yeah.
Is TLC Creep the Creep theme song? And if not, what is? Because it's not, that song has the old or has a very negative meaning of creep.
Right.
So what do you think would be the Creep theme song if not TLC Creep?
I don't know.
Tough call. There's that one. Do you remember that old Christmas song "It's Cold Outside"? Right. That's a pretty creepy song.
It is.
Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is some creepy shit. When I was coming along in high school and college, I never did this. I want to be clear, especially if my mother is watching. Look, Ma. Oh, I can't do it. I never did this, Ma. But there was a lot of talk about giving a woman a ride in a car, driving her somewhere out of the way, and kind of demanding favors to get home. Like,
wow,
is that wrong? Is that wrong, Smokie? It was a different day. I'm saying, I know it sounds bad. Let me get this. I know it sounds bad now, and I never did this. But I had people that I was friendly with that said they may have done something like that. That's pretty creepy, right?
That's pretty rapey.
That is pretty rapey. It's bad. That's bad. I've seen some bad things. I've been on the road. I've been out in the streets. I don't live in the streets, but I read a lot and I've heard some things. Okay, let's move on. Can a gangster, I had a few questions over here for you. Since you have a previous life, and I'm not saying you're in it now, but you might have some knowledge of this. Can a gangster drink with a straw?
No. I mean, yes, in these times. Never.
With COVID, you need, not before COVID. Pre-COVID,
right,
no.
Pre-COVID, no. But
I come from a school where old ass men. I come from a school of old ass men. My father was an older man. My brother's an older man, and it just seems like for older men, straws are not a thing.
I can't drink out of
especially like if you
a drink.
I'll give you a McDonald's straw. I'll give you that. But if you get one of them party straws at the club and you drinking out of that player, I can't. We can't hang out. I gotta step away from you.
That's the first thing that I do, fam. When they slide the
straw.
Drink.
Give me the straw.
That's the first thing that I do.
And I know they're not washing the glasses right, but that's why I drink that brown liquor, because the liquor kills it anyway, right? We hope so. We hope so. Like the flame killed it blunt. Okay. We're on the same page. Can a real gangster drink White Claw?
No.
Can a real gangster vote Republican?
Maybe. If he's rich,
if he's made it to a certain level,
that's what I'm saying.
Is it so true that the Republicans are for the rich? And I mean, is that kind of what we've been led to believe? Do you really believe that's true, that the Republicans? I mean, I personally think all politicians look out for rich people because they're basically rich people looking out for people like themselves.
It's basically if you know, then you know. You know what I'm saying? On that level.
Usually, I wouldn't have to ask this question: can a real gangster, in a certain situation, snitch?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No. I mean, because if you know what the definition of a snitch is.
If you walk into a life, you got to do the time.
That's what I'm saying.
And all right, that's a good thing to bring up, because I think now more than ever, it's just as confused as ever. Right. In my mind, a snitch is we do crime together. I get caught without, I give everybody else's name to help my time, or whatever reason. I give everybody else's name.
A snitch is somebody that is
involved. If I'm not involved and I just go tell the police some shit, isn't that dry snitching? I thought that's dry snitching, which that's bad. Like I'm telling, right. But so in my mind, that's what. Now I'm a civilian, so if you break in my house, I'm calling the law.
Period.
Okay.
And I'm
just so we're clear,
exactly
I just like that room.
Like.
I just like that room. I just like that. I like to figure out these lines and rules as we go.
Yeah, I mean, everything is not snitching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because some people have stretched the meaning to mean everything and everywhere.
You can't contort it.
I hate to bring it up, but we did have an episode with a local rapper being caught on tape.
Yes. Is this going to be me snitching?
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Oh, anyway, it was crazy. We won't dwell on that, but just if you can't. The thing is this: people get themselves into a position where they have to snitch. The thing, what I've always thought was, and I've done some crazy shit. I've done some shit I wasn't supposed to do, but when you make it a lifestyle, if you get into that lifestyle, you have to realize what everybody loves the good part of it: the parties, the girls, the money, the free drugs, or whatever comes along with it. The respect you get from having those things, everybody loves that. No one thinks about the jail, the death,
bro.
So I think you have to consider both things when you make that choice. I always did, and I knew I was not thorough or solid, and would have to go to jail, and I didn't want to go to jail, so I didn't do a lot of things.
When I was in a life, actually when I was in college, and my song "Smoke Rises" talks about this, but I was in a life and in college, and once I got into my last year, I got popped off, and I was looking at 7 to 10 years for distribution. Yeah. And so of course the first thing they did was like, tell us your connect and you good, you can get a year. And I didn't do that. I never made that a part of the program, and so
God bless you, good for you.
Because I knew what I had done, and I knew I was in a life, so that's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's one of the old things that sounds stupid because it's a rhyme, but don't do the time if you're not ready to do the crime.
That's it.
Because we all need to hold our head high. I think it's when we get in situations where we can't hold our head high. Now, I've got, usually with my artists, I have one situation that's arose that we got to talk about. You may know what I'm alluding to. And I just want to disclaim this is that anyone can come on my show and talk about anything or anybody. I have not, there's only one person that I've been told to not have on the show, and he's not a rapper. So just to be clear, Respect the Underground, Icon Radio, and the persons associated with it are not holding back your career. If you run around telling your mom and people that, no one's cock blocking you or otherwise. So I'm open to have all these guests on the show, but we have an issue we have to deal with. Now, I don't know where it happened, but I've been made aware that you called Respect the Underground a pyramid scheme or a Wheel of Fortune, as I like to call them.
Right.
And for the record, I don't involve myself in Wheel of Fortunes or pyramid schemes. I was taught early that I was taught in the Southern Baptist Church that chain mail and pyramid schemes were the work of the devil.
Wow.
So you stay away from them. But let's address that. What prompted you to say that Respect the Underground was a pyramid scheme?
I'm glad that this is a real moment.
We'll get it on the table.
This is a real moment.
And mind you, hey, I've partnered with them to do these shows, but
and you see, I'm here,
and you're here, and we're friends. So
I didn't say anything
let's talk about it openly and honestly.
When you told me where it was at, you know what I'm saying? I knew where I was coming.
You obviously have been here before. You recorded the song with Whip,
Absolutely.
So we found that out. So boom, here we are. Let's talk about it.
All right. So what happened was this. When they were doing the hip hop fest that they do every year, this particular year they were having a person win $10,000 or something like that, and so when they
It was a like a performance competition.
Yeah, something like that.
There was going to be a main winner. That person would receive $10,000. Okay.
And so you would do voting, and then you would do I guess from the performance or whatever. Anyway, the person that I was trying to vote for, the system wasn't. It kept kicking me out. So I was on the Facebook, and I'm like, man, I commented like, man, I can't. Get the.
I'm trying to vote for my homie. It's not letting me.
It's not letting me. Okay.
So it feels weird. That would feel weird to anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Their representative popped up like, "Yo, you didn't really do it," and she was just trying to come at me from a place of I'm lying, and I'm like, why would I have to lie? I don't, blah blah blah. So,
I'm just trying to do my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was coming at me sideways. So I kind of chopped it up with her. Then I kind of backed off. Anyway, people were making comments alluding to what I was saying, like agreeing with me.
Other people were having trouble voting for their person.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So then... And
to be fair, I like to look at all angles. Could be a conspiracy where they want one of three people to win. Could be technology that just fucks
that's what
up.
I'm saying.
So you don't know what's in the hearts of men.
So that happened first. So then in the after effect, the person that won... I found out did not have a lot of votes. The percentage of his votes, and the person that lost brought me to this. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I should have won, but look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I made a statement like, it seems like a pyramid scheme. Now, as soon as I said that, Felix popped up. Like, man, woo, woo, whatever. So I told him, like, man, this is what I experienced, and I meant it like this. So when I came here to record the song, I was in Justice's office and we were talking. He didn't know about this, about the situation or whatever, because it was squashed. I said what I said. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that I thought that their movement was a pyramid scheme. I said
this particular contest and the way it was operated.
Right.
Sure.
It seemed to me.
You clarified.
That's what I'm saying. So
because of the problems you had and because of the winner not having a lot of votes.
I wasn't in the show. I wasn't a part of it. So why would me saying that be such a big deal in my mind? So anyway, I get here and I'm talking to Justice or whatever, and Felix walks by and he like, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, I'm here to do the song with Whit. He felt the way. He felt the way. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that. So I clarified,
Again to him.
I'm
talking about this particular contest,
right?
Not the whole world.
Right. So Justice was unaware of it. So he felt the way. You know what I'm saying? He I think you should take it back. And I'm like, I'm not going to take it back because this is how I felt about this particular thing. I'm standing here right now clarifying to y'all, which I don't have to do. But because I respect y'all and I fuck with y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've given you money We've done shows before. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I thought we was cool in a situation where it's men. You should be able to have opinions and move on and not have to. You know what I'm saying? And I told them, like, dude, because of how Felix came at me, then I had made up my mind, like, dude, I'm not gonna spend money with you guys anymore, but I'm not gonna shit on your movement. Right. I didn't like all the other people. Whenever the festival comes around, they have all these people making comments, this and that. I didn't do none of that. Because I'm a real motherfucker. And because we had our little tiff and I felt the way about a particular situation, I'm not just gonna blanket it and be a motherfucking hater and be like, they on bullshit. This, even though I've worked with them, even though I've given them money, even though I've, I still didn't put that into it and say, well, I worked with them and I had a bad experience. I didn't have a bad experience. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it shouldn't have been a big deal. Recently, so, it was,
that day everybody left maybe upset with each other, but nothing really happened.
I asked
right?
them, was it a problem? They said no.
Everybody moved on.
I went and did the song with Wit.
Okay.
It was cool. Now, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was commenting on A-Train's comment like, man, we can't do it, you know what I'm saying? I feel so fucked up. I haven't done a show since COVID, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I'll be glad when shit get back to normal. I'm like, dude, me too, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Justice pops up like, you act like you've been doing shows. Not knowing, dude, I've been working before I even got here, you know what I'm saying? I had a whole movement before I got here. Like, how could you don't know me at all on that level.
Right.
So how could you just pop up randomly? After I thought we squashed this shit, you know what I'm saying? And you just pop up random, like, what's your fucking problem, dude?
Right,
like,
right.
I never disrespected you. I never said anything after I said what I said, you know what I'm saying, about your movement. I respect what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fuck with it, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt the way about that. Like, I laughed it off like, dude, thanks for the promo. You know what I'm saying? He like, I gotta look at anybody different that named SMOKIE DOLLA. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that even mean, fam? You know what I'm saying? Like, you take it upon yourself to pop up like the State Farm bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every now and then. I mean, dude, cool, you know what I'm saying? We not friends or nothing like that, but I thought that shit was squashed, and for you to come back months later just to pop up and say some shit, it's just like, I don't know. But I'm like, when you invited me to the show, I didn't never say, because I'm not a hater, and I'm secure in who I am and what I bring. I know where it was at. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if he's there, then we can talk about it, whatever. So I'm glad that you brought it up. I appreciate you.
Well, I hope, there's always, you mentioned the cliquishness of Chicago, and there's been cliquishness in Virginia, and I've always been a guy that sees that's a downfall to a movement or a city's hip hop scene. So, and since I've been here, I've fought hard to try to maintain my relationships, gain new relationships without destroying other relationships, because there's a lot of that goes on, So I'm here as a peacemaker. I'm here to bring people together. Like I said, there's no major
nothing about it.
There's no major issues. With you coming here, the flyer's been up for a month. Nobody ever said anything about you coming. They just mentioned the things, that happened so that we could talk about it.
And I appreciate that. Shout out to them. Shout out to Felix. Shout out to Justice. I love y'all, man. You know
John Blaze, the upper management, the whole family here. Everybody's rocking.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all.
And I want to be the place to come, air it out. Let's air it out as men. I think we can.
Oh, God.
Right now, we got a few minutes left. We're going to get into some music. We're going to do so much paper, and then after that, you told me we've got an exclusive. We have a worldwide debut.
We have a worldwide debut.
Oh man, I love an exclusive, man.
Love it.
And we're gonna play it today, and I'm gonna follow up next Wednesday with it as well. But right now, let me chill this out, and let's get into So Much Paper by Smokie Dollar.
For real.
Right here on the one and only Icon Radio, Respect Underground, Worldwide Radio. Let's go.
So So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from.
Shit shimmering, man, you know what I'm saying? I see you got the Rolex. I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got
money, guns in the air. JMelo, Smokie Dollar, send it up any night.
This is So Much Paper by Smokie Dollar. We have a worldwide debut. I mean, an exclusive. You can't hear anywhere else. We're going to play it right after this. Thick as You Are from Smokie Dollar. This was So Much Paper. Icon, quality independent music, worldwide radio. Let's go.
So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from.
Shit shimmering, man, you know what I'm saying? I see you got the Rolex. I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
Tomahawk the Tesla. Pen is hotter than a 97 Mason Bethel. Heard her throat game was off the chain when I met her. Found out and left some Smokie Dollars on a sweater. Ayy, living urban legend. Every gram is measured. I just apply the pleasure. Pull up and apply the pressure. The chopper's military. Plenty obituaries. Gang, gang, who we taking over territories. Panoramic views from the flight deck tell me they expecting a classic. My nigga, say less. Fourth floor, phone and name at the front desk. Meeting with my amigos, trying to get a taste test. Naked bitches, skinny dipping by the moonlight. Vegas nights, dirty Sprite, half a slice of paradise. Polo down and I'm drowning in this flawless ice. We shooting for a 3-peat, it's not an oversight. Desert Eagle in a lambskin holster. Pistol to your temple, blow your mind on your shoulder. Take a picture, bitch, there'll be none coming after me. Carrots on my finger, got it lit like E.T. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from. We only blow exotic, I'm higher than a pilot. Always quiet, but my diamond screaming like a siren. The money comes in bundles, it was the coldest summer. Assault rifles on the strip, sounding like a drummer. Fuck 'em, chandeliers and aquariums. Aviator shades made slowly out of rhodium. Pop apart through your head like Pablo. Narcos, Traficante pushing Blanco. We speaking code, federales got a closed caption. Transaction broad day before they know what happened. Part of the package made it all the way to Calabasas. Moonwalk on a brick like Michael Jackson. This is Southside, wow, honey, shot town. Even when it's empty, chamber clicking, never back down. We hood superstars, I spit them heavy bars. Call my lawyer boxing gloves, how she beat the charge. Flame up in Optimo, I'm buzzing coast to coast. Dead presidents popping pills inside a cash roll. A toast to all my haters, bear witness to this greatness. It's on sight, pussy nigga, no conversation. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some. Smokie Dollar, ho, that's where my name came from. So much paper, we can light a match and burn some.
So much paper. Smokie Dollar, Chicago's own, reside in Phoenix, AZ.
So much paper,
right here. Respect the Underground Worldwide Radio, Icon Radio, home of quality independent music. Right now, your mic's up. Apologies for that. We got a worldwide debut. If I had all the sound effects, I'd be blaring the horns. I'd be bam, 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 bam. Yeah. Hey, Daddy, play me some AZ. That's my son that does those. Right about now, this is a brand new song. We can talk about it for a minute. I know you got JMelo on the hook.
JMelo, yes sir.
JMelo on the hook. I've seen his name a lot. I'm not completely familiar with him or his music yet, but I see his name bouncing around.
Hey, my man is moving, man. I'm glad that I was able to, you know what I'm saying, meet him and get it in with him because he about to be gone. You know what I'm saying? I know this.
I get that feeling just by watching from the outside. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Smokie the Dollar with JMelo. The name of it is Thick As You Are. Again, this is a worldwide debut. Chicago, Richmond, Phoenix, Las Vegas, the Bay, wherever you listen, you can't listen to this anywhere else. I'm so glad you're here. Listen to it with me right here, Icon Radio. Let's go. Respect the Underground. www.respecttheunderground.com. Let's go.
Any night, nigga, money, guns in the air. She poppin' fast, hit a split, get a bag.
Smokie Dollar.
Nickels.
Thick as you are. She got that body, no care for you body, little baby, you star. She stop up the party, the curves on the shawty got me going on. She hit the fine, be no flex. Baby,
This shit is hot, AZ. Icon Radio. Respect the Underground. Let's go.
Cause I just wanna see you dance. Wanna see you dance. Yes, I just wanna see you dance. Girl, please excuse my hand.
Look at you, girl. You think it's a thing, you raking it up, let's get it, my girl. Get it, my girl. You poppin' for pimpin', that wop it be drippin', it's slippery, girl. Slippery, girl. Fuck with me, it ain't no games. Get flued out for the weekend, do a vacation in Biscayne. Watch me ball. Hey. My diamonds are flawless, I'm drippin' designer, don't shop at the mall. She came in my section and made an impression from what I recall. We gettin' this money, they riding with us, and if not, fuck them all. Hey. This Southside, we gang, nigga. Rolling pineapple blunts and sipping cognac. She asked me how much I need, I told her all that. You the baddest bitch in the building, baby, that's all facts. Shake it like a Polaroid picture, that's worth the 3 stacks. I'm that nigga, I mean that. When the last time you seen that? She rocked the mic, no feedback, look baby. That ass moving like a feature film. She up and down, you know the drill. If it's wet enough, I pay the bill, look baby.
As you are. She got that body, no care for you body, little baby, you star. She stop up the party, the curves on the shawty got me going on. She hit the fine, be no flex. Baby, come take all my extras. Girl, it's all you. Cause I just wanna see you dance. Wanna see you dance. Yes, I just wanna see you dance. Girl, please excuse my hand.
You think it's that thing? Yep. I know you've been waiting for Smokie so you can stop fucking with lames. Yep. I'm bringing the dizzle that tickle your middle and drive you insane. Yep. Like Tony Montana, I told her, little baby, it's tigers I tame. Just everything you've been waiting on. Hey. Red bottoms and Birkin bags, you killing them. So rock bottles and hookahs, you bout the Benjamins. Poolside 2-piece, a fresh pedicure. Slim, thick little bitch, turn up the temperature. I came to make your legs shake. Fold you up, knock it out till you're bustin' like a 38. Bend over this balcony. I make it sound like macaroni when I'm stirring, no cutlery. Now you just throw it back to me. I know it's real, how it feels. Shit is softer than a cloud. Shout it, twerk it while you take it off. Hey, throat gang, top 5. Now I got her on call, nigga.
Thick as you are. She got that body, no care for you body, little baby, you star. She stop up the party, the curves on the shawty got me going on. She hit the fine, be no flex. Baby, come take all my extras. Girl, it's all you. Cause I just wanna see you dance. Wanna see you dance. Yes, I just wanna see you dance. Girl, please excuse my hand.
Money, guns in the air. JMelo, Smokie Dollar, send it up any night, nigga. Money, guns.
All right, that's worldwide exclusive. If you want to hear that again, you're going to have to check for it Wednesday on the Flowers, 5:30 p.m. AZ time. Every single Wednesday playing the best and new Arizona hip-hop music. You have Smokie. When is this officially drop? When can the rest of the people hear this song? Is this the album or is it coming out before that?
I don't know.
Do you have a single dropping before the first of the year, before the album drops?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it.
So this was a real. They might not hear this again until the first of the year.
For real.
So that's a crazy exclusive. I'm gonna ask Smokie if he let me play it Wednesday. Hopefully he will.
You can play it Wednesday.
Okay.
Fam.
All right.
You can play it Wednesday.
So it's an exclusive with me for a month
It
or
is,
so.
'cause I fucks with you.
This guy is my guy. I'm telling you,
For
my
real.
guy all day long, man. Well, I just want to say we got to get out of here. The next show has got to get set up. I appreciate you so much for coming in and being candid about everything we talked about. I'm looking forward to going to Rossetti's and getting some real Chicago pizza.
Man.
As much as we might want to blame you for R. Kelly, I feel like, and I didn't mention this before, we have to give you a lot of credit for Barack Obama. I think Chicago molded Barack Obama,
for real.
who may have been a little, Hawaiian weird kid, moved to Chicago, got a lot of knowledge.
We made him real.
Right, y'all made him real. So respect to that. I give you your credit as well as I give you a hard time. Thanks again to Smokie Dollar. Thank you for everybody that checked out the show. This is The Mission. We are getting out of here. Coming up next is the 411 show with Sativa and Loud and the whole crew. Sativa Divas 2. All right, peace, peace, peace. We're out. Peace.
Peace.